A major and highly impactful nor'easter is developing. Widespread precipitation has already begun spreading across the northeast, and things will only go downhill from here. A rapidly strengthening low-pressure system will move northeastward parallel to the east coast, before taking an abrupt turn inwards towards New England before looping back around into the ocean by midweek. Widespread heavy snow and strong winds is expected across the northeast, especially in the higher elevations, with heavy rain in the lower elevations. Now that we know what to expect in this update, let's begin by looking at the exact timing of this event. As I mentioned earlier, widespread precipitation has begun overspreading the northeast, with snow beginning to fall. This is only the beginning of this event, and the coastal low-pressure system causing this storm is still located just east of the Outer Banks of North Carolina as of Monday afternoon. This will quickly change as we go through the day and especially into Monday night. As the system moves further north, precipitation will become increasingly widespread and heavy. During the nighttime hours on Monday, temperatures will remain too warm for snow in the lower elevations of southeast New England, which will confine the snow to the mountains. On Tuesday morning, the low-pressure system will then begin rapidly intensifying as it begins a big turn towards the northeast, with widespread heavy snow continuing to fall. Heavy rain will continue especially for areas like eastern Massachusetts and Rhode Island as we go through Tuesday morning and the early afternoon. But after the low-pressure system swings westward, precipitation will be switched over to snow for the entire northeast during Tuesday afternoon as freezing temperatures get pulled south around the low-pressure center. Widespread snowfall will continue across the northeast for the rest of the day on Tuesday and into the nighttime hours. The snow will start becoming less and less widespread as we go through the night and into Wednesday morning. The storm system itself will also be moving eastward and weakening, ending the snowfall for the majority of the northeast by the end of the day on Wednesday. Weather alerts are spreading across the northeast as confidence increases in winter weather impacts. Winter weather advisories are in effect for areas in purple, with widespread winter storm warnings in the pink. Winter storm watches are in effect for the areas in blue, with wind advisories around Washington, D.C. High wind warnings are also in effect for eastern Massachusetts and nearby islands. Due to the rapid intensification of this storm, widespread strong to damaging winds are expected across much of the northeast and even portions of the mid-Atlantic, which is why we see wind-related alerts across portions of these regions. This area which I have shaded in brown is where I expect the highest risk of damaging winds, so if you live in this area, be prepared for winds gusting between 50 to 60 miles per hour. Since my last update, the risk of flash flooding for portions of the northeast on Tuesday has decreased, but we still do have a threat of heavy rain on Monday, March 13th. This risk area includes the New York City metropolitan area as well as parts of southern Connecticut, western areas of Long Island, and northeastern New Jersey. And that brings us to my latest personal snowfall forecast. This forecast is valid between Monday afternoon through Wednesday night. For this area in light blue, snowfall is likely, with little to no accumulation. This slightly darker blue shade represents between a trace to 1 inch of snow, which includes the entire northeastern United States. 1 to 3 inches of snow is possible in this dark blue shade, from northern Ohio into much of the northeast. This next layer is where I expect about 3 to 5 inches of snow, from Ohio into the northeast, excluding coastal Connecticut and the New York City area. This next shade is where snow really starts getting heavier, with 5 to 8 inches possible. This will be confined more to inland areas. 8 to as much as 12 inches is possible in the bright pink, from northeastern Pennsylvania into central Maine. These dark pink areas is where I expect some of the heaviest snow accumulations from this storm, with 1 to 2 feet of snow possible. And lastly, the heaviest snow is expected in portions of the mountainous terrain in upstate New York and portions of Massachusetts and Vermont, with 2 to 3 feet of snow possible. Thank you for watching today's weather forecast. If you enjoyed this video and you would like to see more weather information from this channel, make sure you subscribe. Thank you and see you on the next one.